Okay, I'm in.
And a candy.
No problem. This is being recorded. So we're just going to review our decision on petition for special permit for 2021B. And Christina is online because she's unable to be here in person. So am I correct that only Christina's and my statement at the end of the meeting is on here on this? No, I don't see.
So I'm on
Where are you?
page 3,
One.
second paragraph. Maddie's the
Oh, I
third
see.
paragraph.
Okay. All right. Got it. Okay.
Page 3, I'm sorry.
Okay. 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 Let me see. I would like to add a little more context to this, and I could do so by just highlighting some areas here in my notes for you to add, or is that not allowed? I mean, these were things that I actually said at the meeting.
I took it from when, at the end, all 4 people gave their final comments, summarizing all their points. But that's not for me to decide.
Yeah. I mean, we have to base it off of what our closing statement was. Okay. All right.
I don't know. I would feel like if it's documented on the video and brought up as a point during the meeting, because then it should be able to be put into the decision.
Well, that's how I feel.
Heather did reference in her closing statement other issues that she had brought up throughout the meeting. So that would be my thought, is if it's been documented on video. What I think we need to be really careful about is putting something in there that wasn't specifically stated during the meeting. Mm-hmm. That's my thought.
Well, specifically Christina, I asked because she went on and on, he said she could give me what she read.
She read from it, right?
What she read from at the end.
So, Madam Chair, one other thing, if you look at the page 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences down, it says, "It is Heather's interpretation." That's not what I said. I didn't, I said, "It is my interpretation."
I would not have put that in.
Okay, well then it shouldn't say it is Heather's interpretation. It should say it is my interpretation.
Oh, I was writing it like third.
Yeah.
I can change it, whatever the chair wants, I can change.
But I would just like to put a couple of things, and I would be very judicious about what I added, and I brought a copy of this in a highlighter for that purpose, to make your life somewhat easier, because I have a Mac and I can't, when I send things to you, they get all messed up.
Yeah.
And I can tell you what I would like to add. All right, give me 1 second. All right, so I'd like to get rid of it as Heather's interpretation. And I'll make the edits here. My interpretation of the evidence that has come before the board over the last year and few months is that the applicant has stated it is not possible for him to know what is going in and out of the units that will be in use. And then right there, I would like to add, and I'm putting a little number 1.
Hey, Heather.
Yes.
On the, I think the way it reads,
Yep.
I don't know if, is there a reason why you want my instead of Heather's interpretation?
Well, it's supposed to state what I stated, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, the way she's writing it, you know, it's each board member provided reasons for their vote. Heather Beatty voted to deny the special permit based on all arguments. So like following the tense of the paragraph,
Well,
she's
we can-
already writing
okay.
it in third. She's already writing it in the third party tense.
All right,
it's
so you
gonna
want to keep it in the third party?
Yeah, because then there's gonna be
Okay.
there's gonna be a lot of my's, because then
All
mine
right.
would change to my as well.
Yeah.
Or even if it's
Okay.
she,
I see
even
what
if
I,
it's she, you know what I mean?
I s-
Or her
Yeah.
interpretation or something like that. Doesn't have to be your name, but
okay,
I think changing it from third person to first person's gonna end up, because then we would
Okay.
change everything to first person and then
yeah, I
we wouldn't be
understand,
able to-
I understand, okay.
It'd just confuse.
So
the
her
decision.
interpretation of the evidence that has come before the board over the last year and a few months is that the applicant has stated it is not possible for him to know what is going in and out of the units that will be in use. Okay. And then I would like to add, at no time was Mr. Garvey able to come up with a proposed plan that would make him able to compose a list of toxic materials. And I know I said that, and that links back to the bylaw. You see what I'm
He
saying?
said there wasn't gonna be any. It's not that
You
he
said,
couldn't-
you said that.
No, he'd said that. He said they're not gonna allow the storage of toxic chemicals or hazardous materials. He didn't say he couldn't provide you a list. He said they weren't gonna allow it. So
Well,
there is no list to provide. You're extrapolating that someone's gonna store stuff.
all right, okay, so then I would have to put in this statement that in rebuttal to Mr. Garvey's statement that he will not allow it, as mentioned, as stated by Jason, then,
It wasn't stated by me. It was
No,
stated
but-
by him
yeah,
plenty of
but I
times.
didn't bring that out as evidence you did. Do you see what
That
I'm
he
saying?
stated- that he
he
stated.
stated that he would not allow it. And my point is, I stated numerous times at that meeting that he can't not allow it. He can't control it. And he said so
Can't
himself.
guarantee that.
He
people would
didn't
not-
use the word guarantee. He said it was impossible
To know.
to know.
What somebody had in a box.
Exactly,
So feel free to put that in there, but he stated he couldn't provide a list because they weren't storing any chemicals.
Well, I didn't review that piece of the tape. I know he stated that he would not allow any pursuant to his contract
Right.
with the
I 100% agree
tenants.
with you.
Okay, so can we add that in? See, this is just making it so difficult. Can we add that in? Because I think
You did say something in the meeting about.
I said a
him
lot
not-
in the meeting about
About
that.
him
yeah.
not being
Don't you,
able
you already
to.
had to say it. It's not possible for him to know what is going in and out
Yeah.
of the units that will be in use.
Okay. It's not possible for him to know despite the use of a contract not allowing.
Hold on. I also noted the board should consider the specific, where's yours? That's yours, right? Yeah, because I could have swore you said that in your final
Yeah,
statement.
well,
too.
apparently I didn't.
They also noted that the board should consider includes a complete list of all chemical substances.
They offer findings on general
I mean,
stormwater.
my initial statement was about 20 minutes long, and I've got this half a paragraph here. You know, I just want to make sure that we don't lose anything.
Yeah, so Heather, or I'm just gonna read the way
Her,
it's, yeah, her interpretation of the evidence that has come before the board over the last year and few months is that, over the last year and few months, that the applicant has stated it is not possible for him to know what is going in and out of the units that will be in use. So that's your
That's what I said.
concern for, that's,
I want to link that
Right.
to,
No, I know.
despite the fact that he will have
Well,
a contract.
you want to link that to the special permit requirement of him providing a complete list, right?
Well, I think I have, because that's, before this, they also noted, this is tie and bond, the board should consider the specific requirement for the special permit of this type that includes a complete list of chemicals, blah, 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 to be used or stored on the premises in greater quantities than those associated with normal household use.
So that the applicant, the applicant has stated it's not possible for him to know what's going in and out of the units. And that, so basically that, yeah, his statement that he can't, that it's not possible for him to know what's going in and out of the units causes you to believe that he can't meet
He would
the
never be,
criteria.
he would never be able to meet that criteria.
So what if if you got rid of that will be in use and said something along the lines of therefore the applicant can't provide a complete list?
Okay, that would be fine with me. Therefore, the applicant would never be able to comply with the bylaw.
Yeah, I mean, I'd link it specifically to the
Yep.
complete list of chemicals, that what's listed up above there in the previous sentence. 'Cause I know that's it's what we talked about for like 45 minutes.
I have that bylaw section if you want it. It's 6.1171D1.
Is she muted? No. Oh,
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Is it, but I'm like talking right into my speaker.
she is talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that better?
What happened?
Computer.
It's gotta be something. Just maximize this, okay. She's on Zoom trying to talk, but we can't hear anything. We heard her, but not loud.
Might be the volume on.
Is it better now?
Christina, can you talk?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
There, we got you.
Ugh.
Okay. I was like, I'm talking right into the speaker, I swear. I was just saying to Heather that I have that section of the bylaw if she wants it. I have it handy.
Yeah, I had, it's written here in this statement, that section of the bylaw.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was referring to.
There's,
So I think it's just a matter of linking, instead of that will be in use. So there's interpretation of the evidence has come before the board over the last year and few months that the applicant can't provide,
no, the
applicant will
applicant
have,
stated it is not
yeah.
possible for him to know what is going in and out of the units.
and therefore will not be able to provide a
Right.
complete list.
Will be
Of
able to
chemicals.
provide the list cited in the bylaw. How's that?
Sure.
Okay, all right. And then, okay, then secondly, and that should, okay, secondly, the basic location of this project is inappropriate for this particular, is just inappropriate. It doesn't, we don't
Well,
need,
I did closed caption, so it's for verbatim.
Yeah, no, I know, but
Got it.
we can clean it up.
Well,
Can we or no?
I either cleaned it up or I left it verbatim, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
no.
why I didn't want to make the call, so I.
Yeah, right.
So-
But what do you guys think about cleaning it up? I mean, I don't care. Because the
What is-
bylaws are replete with references to the necessity that any permit, including specifically special permits, pay attention to the architectural design that must be in harmony with the historic rural character of the neighborhood, and the neighborhood will be 1,500 feet of the proposed, not of the proposed. It shouldn't be of the proposed.
Yeah,
I thought it was
is.
within, no? Is it of or?
the neighborhood will be considered 15 feet. Oh, wait, no.
Okay, yeah, it's just, hold on, let me just find it. The neighborhood shall be considered an area within 1,500 feet, okay? So if we could just put within there,
Within 1,500 feet, yep.
okay?
I don't think that sounds too bad. I would.
Okay, all right. Now, then the other thing is, the reviewing authority shall not grant any permit unless it finds the project will not impair the integrity or character of the district or adjoining zones or others, or zones. I would like to just put the citation for that, which is 10.81. So that it's not something I just pulled out of thin air, okay? So if we put comma 10.81, bylaw 10.81, and additional citations Heather Beatty mentioned on December 7th, that would be fine with me, okay?
Fine by me.
Yeah.
Do you have that written down? I mean, all of this, did you mark that up?
Yes, I've marked it up, yes. Bylaw 10.8. And, okay. All right, so her, and I wrote that up there. So this should be pretty clear. And I don't think it's necessary for me to go through and cite all the bylaws because Christina did it, so, okay?
You gonna do?
I'm good.
Christina, do you have anything?
The only thing I have is in my section, you just forgot the A at the end of my name, Joanne.
Forgot,
I
oh,
think, but-
Christina and her name, yeah, right.
But
Going by Kristen?
I'd prefer Kristen over Christine, but Christine's basically my second name, so.
All right. So I guess we'll. the motion-
I would move that we accept the language proposed for the decision for the special permit. Case number 2021B, Hampden Self-Storage LLC, Daniel P. Garvey,
With the noted changes.
with the changes, the noted changes.
Second the motion?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Mama batteries.
Kristen is, all right.
I have a very want toddler in the background, sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You're gonna give me that, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
I'll make sure I get it.
yes.
Then I'll just look over it again.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
All right.
And then I'll file, after you approve it, we'll sign it, file with the clerk.
You can hand that to him. See if you can read it, that's all.
I'll make sure I read it. If I can't, I'll call you.
Well, you can look at it after the meeting and I'll make any clarifications so that you can read it, okay?
Motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn?
Second. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And I assume this is
Yeah, this is part of our review of,
another one.
yeah, this is the third one. I put some notes. I think she got everything that she wrote, that I wrote down.
Okay, but you can take that. And I'm supposed to end this.
Just hit end. Yep.